Hello people, just played a daily constructed session. Won the first two games, lost the last two, even though the third game was kind of unfortunate. But I'll basically talk about those when we actually start the games. I just want to take you through the deck, see what I play, why I play it, and hopefully if you guys have any improvements for this set, I'm happy to hear them. So let's start with the 2 drops. This is what most removal is placed. So like Erupt Decay, which is probably the best removal in this deck I'm having at the moment, because it basically catches most things you need to be wary of. It does get the Luxon Smiter, the Sky Knights, get rid of the Tension Spheres, and get rid of most of the creatures aggressive Rakdos decks or aggressive Celestial decks can play against. So this is definitely one of the strongest removal cards in this deck anyways. Then we got the Dreadbore, which is his little cousin. Unfortunately it's a sorcery, but it's kind of like a catch-all. Get rid of Angel of Serenities, Planewalkers, that kind of stuff. Even though for Planeswalkers it's not usually that useful. I mean, Jace usually dies in 2 turns due to -2ing. Basically get card advantage as quick as possible. So only against Freshka it's sometimes used for a mirror match to kill it. But otherwise it's like a creature removal card is what it usually is used for. Then we got Reckless Return. I run with 4 of them just because I feel that being able to empty your opponent's hands is such a powerful ability, in the sense that if the board stays equal or slightly in your favor, then empty your hand will definitely push the odds in your hands right there. So I quite like playing with Reckless Return. Every time I play in my opponent's hands, it's usually the signals I'm actually going to win the game. Then there's the Deathrite Shaman. I play with 2 of them, and it's one of the cards I'm not sure if they belong in this deck, yes or no. I mean, they don't have any synergy with anything else in this particular deck. It's just there as a defender to sometimes do some more damage, sometimes give me some life. It's fairly good against matchups where I play against players who also have shamans, so it becomes like a counter for whenever they want to, rob stuff out of people's graveyards. You can actually counter it by doing it yourself. But apart from that, I don't really see much use, and this I use it to card to get sideboard out first. So I do want to find something else for the shamans, and probably get rid of these 2, but I'm not entirely sure what. So if you guys have any ideas, I'm just happy to hear. Then I play 2 Otherworld Connections. It's also a good idea to get card advantage, especially against well, pretty much works against everything, but especially against the Azurius Celestial decks, just because they've got the Sphinx Revelations. You kind of want to counter the card balance a little bit and dig for your answers to whatever they are playing. Then there's 3 key runes, which help accelerate mana up onto the Freshka, Deathbridge and Desecration Demons, but also helps to get red souls out and also buffs the Reckless Return. In addition, it can turn into a 3/1 first creature, which can pretty much take on any creature your opponent can fling at you. And due to first strike, it just stays alive, so that's an excellent cure to have. Probably one of the best in this set, anyways. And then we got the Dragmanglers. It's a 3/3 haste, and if it dies, we can still use Scavenging ability, which is relatively cheap. So this is a good all-rounder, and more than a few games I've won because my opponent was just not prepared to deal with 2 Dragmanglers at the same time coming at him. So this is definitely an excellent card to have. Then one I forgot is the Wolf Troll, and this is one of the better creatures. You can pump it out of nowhere by sacking creature cards from your hands. It survives most things, including a Spoon Verdict, due to regenerates. And it's got excellent interaction with the Dragmangler and Deathbridge Goliath, just due to Scavenge to make this guy a massive creature with trample and regenerates. So that's, if you get that off, it's usually a winning condition itself, so it's pretty good. Then the 4 drops is probably the most questionable. I mean, Deathbridge Goliath so far has done very little for me, so I'm kind of deciding whether I should cut it. At the same time, the Desecration Demon has been really good, but against like token matchups it does nothing just because your opponent just sacks tokens and the Desecration Demon basically goes nowhere. Then we got the Frushka, and this Planeswalker usually works as spot removal. You cast it, you destroy something, and you know, opponent attacks and your Frushka unseen is pretty much a bit dust. I mean, it's only rarely where actually is able to get down like 2 creatures if it then even lives, but like his ultimate ability is just never ever used. I use like once in like some like tournament playtest thing, but never an actual tournament. It's just no, just too far out to actually make it happen. And lastly is the bomb. The Carnival Hellsteed helps me to secure like the last few points to kill my opponent, and usually my opponent doesn't see it coming just because I don't think many people play this card, but because like First Strike haste improves like a 6/5, it usually can like rent through like opponent's defenses, like Hot Knife through button and secure me the win. So this is like the standard deck we play with. We've got like 4 Overgrown Tombs, we've got like 4 Blood Crypts. I played like some Guild Gates as well, just because I kind of felt that I need some more mana fixing at times. So I've got like 3 Golgari Guild Gates, 2 Rakdos Guild Gates, and which is like 5 forests, a mountain, and 5 swamps, and usually that works okay with like 24 lands. Sideboard time. Right, so Slaughter Games I bring in against any deck which plays Armada Worms, Angel of Serenity, and Sphinx Revelation, just to get rid of those cards. And as you see, like in game 3, these two really come in handy, and basically, basically pulls off tooths of your opponent decks. Other decks, I'm not really sure what to go for, to be honest, like all the other archetypes. So I usually only bring it in when I'm against like banned, I think the term is, but whatever, correct me if I'm wrong. Also, Air Predation is also a type of that particular deck. It deals with Angel Serenity, Sky Knights, and as well as Key Runes. So this is like a good all-rounder. And I basically put out Dreadbore whenever I play against the deck for Air Predation, just because it's just better against it. Golgari Charm, same thing, deals with Sky Knights, keeps your creature alive, use like regenerate ability. So that's pretty perfect. Missile Mortals are bringing in against decks which are very aggressive. So aggressive Rakdos, it's excellent. If you wait long enough, you get like a spell to clear the board of all your weenie Rakdos creatures, and also works very well against Celestia to deal with all her tokens and stuff. Then there's Step Wounds, which I've never really brought in yet, but so this might actually just clear for something else entirely. Pack Rats is usually against Celestia, that's why I bring it in. So don't bring it against like Rakdos aggressive, which might be a mistake on my part, but I haven't played enough of the Pack Rat to actually know when or when not to sideboard it in. And that goes for the entire sideboard. So if you guys got any suggestions how to change sideboard, how to change part of my deck, I'm happy to hear it. I'm just learning the format and playing like constructed games just to get to grips with them. Thanks for watching, and